We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Hello from Huatulco, Mexico.
Now that we have our rental car, we are going to go and do something different today. Near Huatulco, there's a bunch of waterfalls. Not entirely sure exactly how many. I know for sure there's at least 3 in the direction we're heading today, all about an hour and a half away from La Crucecita, the main part of town here. And we are going to go check some of them out. There should be some nice little waterfall pools to swim in, some rope swings to jump off of, that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
should be kind of fun.
We're not 100% sure what to expect. We've read that you have to leave like everything behind, including cameras. So we're hoping that we can film it. We'll see.
I know we can because I've seen a couple videos online of it. I think what it is that the locals who run these waterfalls don't want you to bring stuff that can be dropped into the pools.
Which is 100%
like
okay with
yeah,
us.
so I think they make you leave everything, you know, like basically check your bags kind of thing. We're not entirely sure, so we're gonna find out in a little bit. All right, let's get going.
An hour and a half drive.
Hour and 45 minutes, I think. The map directions was pretty accurate, but it took a lot longer than expected. So if you're coming here, so this first stop is the Cascadas Mágicas de Copalitilla. It's a magic waterfalls, and absolutely stunning drive up here. It is about a little over 40 kilometers, but the last 5 kilometers is off-road. The first 35 kilometers was actually much better condition road than I expected. Just lots of topes, lots of speed bumps to look out for. Then 5 kilometers-ish of dirt road, which in the rental car, you know, it's not ideal, but it wasn't too bad. Definitely manageable if you drive slow and carefully. I should mention there are other ways to get up here. You can take a tour with a tour group, you can hire a private car, or the cheapest option was renting a car and coming yourself, or a motorbike. I will say this, if you're using Google Maps to get here, definitely download offline maps for the area, because the last, I'd say 60% of the drive, you're no longer in cell service, but GPS is good, so if you download offline maps, you won't have any issues getting here.
And if you're driving here in a van, if you happen to have a van, it should be doable. Anything taller than that, though, might be a problem. There's a lot of low-hanging branches, low-hanging like electrical cords and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring an RV in here. Definitely not.
So that's just something to keep in mind. But the drive is doable. Rainy season notwithstanding, I would not recommend it in rainy season.
No, definitely not in rainy season. Anyways, to come to this waterfall is 100 pesos per person. That includes your parking. There's, I think, pay toilets over there. And
I
beyond
think that he said that the parking pass actually included the bathrooms, but I could be wrong. He didn't speak a lot of English, so I may be mistaken there.
So anyways, we're gonna get ready to go and find ourselves some waterfalls.
Follows along the river here, you can hear it.
It's gorgeous. And it's super clean, which is really nice.
And by the way, we apologize if you can't really hear us very well. The GoPro's now inside of the dive housing to make it more waterproof, so audio's gonna suck for the rest of the day. The hike up is really beautiful. It's just a series of little waterfalls as we go. The path is a little bit rocky. It's not too bad at all.
There's lots of roots and stuff. It reminds me of hiking in Canada along the river. So
A lot more humid.
yes, but it is so nice to see such a pristine area in Mexico. There's no garbage, there's no trash. The water is crystal clear. It's really, really
Yeah, the water I'm pretty sure is spring fed naturally, and it's just beautiful here.
That's going to be one of the coolest seed pods I've ever seen.
This place is beautiful. It's just, we take a few steps and then there's more little cascades of waterfalls. Yeah, I get why the name is Magical Waterfalls. Water's really brisk. As expected, you're not allowed to bring your bags and stuff. They really don't want you to bring stuff with you up to the last bit of the waterfalls. So at the booth there, they sell snacks and drinks, but there's a guy there in a yellow shirt who'll look after your bags for tips. They basically don't want anything getting dropped in the water and fouling the water and being littered. Also, the rocks on the way up, really slippery, so our water shoes come in handy yet again. Definitely recommend those if you have them. Once you get to this point, if I'm not mistaken, there's two ways to do this. You can continue to climb using the rope, and they've kind of chiseled out some of the rocks so it's not as slippery with algae, and you can go that way. But if I'm not mistaken, there is a hidden cave right here that we're gonna go take a look at.
So cool.
We found the hidden cave, and we have it all to ourselves. This is so awesome. Woo! That's cold. It's really cold, but it's a lot like the sticky waterfalls once you're in this cave. With the water shoes, it's super grippy and easy to move yourself around. This is so cool. That's really cool. This bridge is really wobbly. Woo. Always looks higher when you're up here. Let's tighten up this wrist strap, make sure we're good. Yeah, that's not as deep as it looks. I actually hit the gravel on the bottom. So if you're jumping here, make sure you're expecting that.
Outside of body shop, I would say this is my favorite thing that we have done.
Really?
With nature, yes.
I don't know. Sticky Waterfalls in Thailand, I think, has this beat.
It was too busy there.
A lot busier there. We picked a good day. It's a Wednesday right now, middle of the week. It's not so bad. There's definitely a few other people around, but not a lot. But yeah, this place is pretty awesome. The water's cold and clean and clear, so it's a pretty good day.
Yeah, it just feels like we're hiking in Canada, which is something that I really miss.
A few moments later.
Well, it's been a fun few hours. We've spent like most of the morning and early afternoon here. And we were planning to go to a second waterfall that's nearby, Cascada Llano Grande. But unfortunately, the weather's turned and it looks like it's gonna rain and potentially storm. So I think we're gonna bugger out.
It definitely feels like the storm is rolling in. So unfortunately, that road does not lend itself well to being a mud pit.
Yeah, we're in a front wheel drive little car with not great tires, and I don't want to get caught doing 5K in the mud if at all possible, because that would be bad.
And there's no cell service, so there's no rescue out here. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to see the other one.
Not
but
today. Maybe we come back out, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. What do you think?
I think it's 100% worth it. I don't know if a tour would be worth it. I can't speak to that. We weren't on a tour, but I feel like a tour would hamper your time here. That's just a personal opinion given other tours that we've done in the past.
And none of the tourists showed up until like almost noon, like 11:30, 12. They all came pretty late. We got here early because we had our own car and we had the upper falls area almost to ourselves for a little bit. It was fantastic. But
we had
as
the hike to ourselves too.
Yeah, as we came back down though, there was tour groups, like multiple tour groups on the way up.
Yeah, so that is something to take into consideration. Every tour group is different. If you're looking at a tour group, just look at the details. That's all I can recommend. Anyways, I think it is time for us to get going. I think this rain is going to set in pretty hard.
Yeah, so I think we're going to leave this video there. Thanks very much for joining us here at the Magic Waterfalls here in Huatulco. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up to give us a like. Make sure you subscribe.
And join us in our other videos for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.